How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Silas. Today I'm going to be reacting to one of the new Metallica songs. The last song on their new album, 72 Seasons. It's called Inamorata. Correct me if my pronunciation is wrong. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But, so, I saw that this song was 11 minutes long, and kind of makes me excited because I'm a huge fan of progressive metal, so when I see a long song, I get excited. But I'm just hoping that, they justify the length of this song, because obviously for a song to be this long, it's gotta catch my attention, it's gotta be interesting. It can't stick in the same place for too long, in my opinion. So we're just going to see what Metallica is bringing to the table with Inamorata. So without further ado, let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Interesting start. Nice groove. I like this riff so far. I like the bass tone too. You can really hear that bass through the mix. Nice. Keeping the same time feel through this different riff. Ooh. Throwing a little bit of flair on that riff. I like that. Definitely has a little bit of a load feel to it, that riff does. Ooh. Nice to drop everything down low. I like the space too. So far, it's a decent amount of variety in all the riffs, and I really do like that. Nice. I'm assuming that was the chorus. Back to the verse. So far, I like this better than any of the singles they released for this album. Nice. I just love the groove of this part. It's so good. Back to the chorus. What is this? Like My Friend of Misery Part 2? Alright, where are they going after this? Back to the intro riff. Halftime the drums. Getting a little bit groovier with the guitars. I knew it would be coming at some point through the song. Gotta have those solos. Okay. Drop out all the instruments except cymbals and a little bit of bass guitar. Interesting. Bring in that guitar.
She needs me, but I need her more. She loves me, but I love her.
I like where this is going. It's different. Okay, we got to build up. Now, is it going to explode into a new part or explode back into the chorus? That's the real question. Okay. Oh, the guitar harmonies sound so good. Ah, those guitar harmonies sound so cool. It really does remind me of My Friend of Misery a little bit. Like this part especially. Nice. Back into the chorus. Okay. It's a good chorus. I love that guitar tone in this song. It's really nice. Ooh. Ooh, where was this? I like this. like that riff a lot. Picking up the drums. Oh, another solo. Back to those harmonized guitar leads. Interesting. Sorry, I had to listen to the ending part. Alright, so that was Inamorata, or whatever, however you pronounce it, by Metallica. So I have a lot of thoughts on this and this album. So disclaimer, I listened to the whole album except for this song because I saw it was the last song and it was the longest song. I wanted to make a reaction out of it because I like their longer songs. They usually put a lot into them. This song, probably the best song in the album, hands down. It had, and I honestly, it sounded, those harmonized guitar parts sounded a lot like My Friend in Misery, and I wonder if they did that purposely. The bass tone was really good. Bass tone for this whole album was really good. I think the production of this whole album it sounded a lot like their last one, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, which is good, they're keeping the same sound. So I'm going to give, the song was good. I think it could have been better. So for a song to be 11 minutes like that, I feel like there could have been a little bit more change in it, a little bit more exciting parts, I guess. I don't know. Because, they have long songs on Death Magnetic, and I think those songs are a lot more progressive. And they always keep you hooked. This one, not as much. And I can say that for the rest of the album. So my honest opinion of 72 Seasons, which is the newest album from Metallica, is I don't think it's that good. And I'll give you my reasons. So every song they made a little bit different. I think there's a lot of almost like callbacks, or it's like they took inspiration from their older stuff, because I definitely heard one of the songs sounded like Enter Sandman Part 2. This song sounded like My Friend in Misery. There was one of the songs that sounded like it came off of Ride the Lightning. The whole album had a Load kind of feel to it, except for the thrashy songs, which honestly, I think my least favorite songs out of this whole album are probably the singles they released. Screaming Suicide, it just was boring. And I think their title song, 72 Seasons, also not that exciting. And I think that's the issue with this album was there was no memorable riffs. And that's the difference between this one and the last one. So their last album, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, I liked it a lot because the riffs were memorable. It was a little bit progressive. They did a lot of different things with it. His vocals sounded good on that. His vocals sounded good on this album too. All the instruments sounded good. It's just, it sounded stale. And I think they could have done a lot more with it. There was just no memorable riffs in my opinion. And the album, so this is a very long album. It's an hour and like 17 minutes. So I was expecting something a little bit more progressive, like Injustice for All, my favorite album by them. Very progressive sounding. They did a lot of cool stuff with timing, a lot of cool riffs. The drums sounded really neat. Just a lot of, it showed off their instrumental skill. And I don't think this album did that at all. And same thing with Death Magnetic. Death Magnetic had amazing riffs. Definitely went progressive. Always changed it up. Very memorable in my opinion. And they had songs thrown in there like the Unforgiven Part 3, which I really like. A lot of people don't, but I do. This didn't have any songs like that in the album. They all sounded similar to each other. And that's the other issue. Like, the songs didn't have enough differences between them. And I think it's just getting stale. Honestly, there's not one song in this album besides this one possibly that I'll probably go back to, because none of them really grabbed my attention. The melodies all sounded like everything they've done before. Just nothing new. And I'm just kind of disappointed because I love Metallica. I've loved every single one, well, almost every single one of their albums. Because, there's their old stuff. I never got into their first album, really. But Ride the Lightning was amazing. Master of Puppets, my favorite album, and Justice for All. And the Black Album, also amazing. Load, Reload, they had a couple iffy songs on them. Saint Anger was awful. But, and then they came back with Death Magnetic, which I thought was an amazing album. And Hardwired to Self-Destruct, still a very good album. Only like 2 songs on that I wasn't a fan of. And that's when they kind of went back to their thrashy stuff. I think when they try to go back to their thrashy stuff, like Eterna, and there's another song in here that they tried to do that with, it just doesn't feel like they can do it anymore, and I don't think they should. I think they should have evolved past that, and it just does not sound good in my opinion. And yeah, their last album was amazing in my opinion, but this one just does not. It was boring, and I hate saying that. But for an album that long, it's got to grab my attention. And it was just not memorable at all. So yeah, that's my honest opinion of 72 Seasons. Honestly, maybe it'll take me a couple more listens. I don't know. I'll probably listen to it at least a couple more times. But right now, my first initial listen of the album was I don't think it's their worst album. Because I think Saint Anger might take the cake on that one. And we're not talking about Lulu. But... yeah, it just could have been something more, in my opinion. So yeah, if you let me know what your opinion on this song and the new album was, if you guys have listened to it. I'd love to know. And if you guys have any other reactions, just drop them in the comments below, and I will try to get to them. I have a list of reactions that I do, so I will get to your reactions, I promise. I record everything all in one day for like 2 weeks. So if you request something like right after I record, I might not get to it for another 2 weeks. But I will get to your reactions, I promise. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys the next one. Bye.